Magandang araw sa inyong lahat. So this is Engineer Aidan Pisky, I'm your instructor for Mathematics in the Modern World for Engineers. So let us have first our first module, which is the Introduction to Algebra. So babalikan muna natin si algebra kasi ito ay yung pinakakailangan nating pundasyon in terms of mathematics, especially in engineers. So let us define our objectives for today. It is to define basic algebraic terms such as numbers, constants, variables, and functions by providing some examples. So of course, we have to define first ano ba si numbers, si constants, si variable, functions, and whatsoever. Okay? And then classify numbers as rational, irrational, integers, and non-integers through examples. So first, sino ba muna si algebra? Okay? When we say algebra, this is the fundamental branch of mathematics that deals with symbols and the rules for using those symbols. It is a powerful tool used to solve equations and describe relationships between quantities. So dito, sinasabi natin, this is the fundamental branch of mathematics. So meaning, isa siya sa kailangan natin, pinag-aaralan ng mathematics. And when we say algebra, this is not just about numbers na nauna nating napag-aralan during your primary level. Diba? Like, for example, sa mathematics dati noon, counting lang, add, plus, minus, divide, fractions, decimals. Pero pagdating ka algebra, meron na tayong sinasabi na symbols. Okay? And those symbols are also the variables or what we call the alphabet. Ginagamitan na natin ng X and Y. Okay? And those are meron tayong ginagamit na rules for those symbols sa paggamit na yun. Okay? And this is the powerful tool used to solve equations. Kaya nga tayo nakakapag-solve for x and y. So, introduction to algebra. First is to classify first the numbers. Ano ba tinatawag nating numbers? Okay? So, si numbers, pinakaunang itinuro sa atin is the counting numbers. Diba? Isa sa pinakamagandang achievement or mataas na level ng achievement ng isang batang toddler, like for example, 2, 3 years old, kapag nakapag-count siya ng 1 to 10. Okay, so ito yung pinakaunang itinuro sa atin on how to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and so on. And when we say counting, it is just not yung mismong number na alam natin yung 1, 2, 3, ganyan. Hindi. Kasi yung counting natin, we can also count using their spelling, their word. Okay? Like for example, 1, 2, 3. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, counting pa rin yan kahit naka-letters siya or naka-words siya. But when we say numerals, ito na siya. When we say numerals, ito yan. Yan na yung mga numeric niya. Yung 1, 2, 3, 4, hindi na siya naka-words. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, there is still difference between numbers and numerals. Okay? And next natin, we have what we call the real numbers. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, sa numbers pala, may tinatawag tayong totoong number. And these real numbers are the ones we use every day. So, ito yung mga totoong numbers. Like, for example, yung na-measure. Diba? Like, for example, kaya natin i-measure yung length ng table. Hindi natin basta hinuhulaan. Okay? Alam natin na totoo yung length na yun. And then, another example is your weight or yung timbang ninyo. Pag nagtimbang kayo, alam niyo na agad kung ano timbang niyo. And there is real. Okay? Katotohanan yun. So that, we can consider that as real numbers. While, of course, if we have real numbers, we also have this what we call the imaginary numbers. Okay? O hindi lang may imaginary friend, imaginary numbers then. And these imaginary numbers are not seen in real life. Okay? Hindi siya nakikita in real life. But, it can help solve some math problems. Kasi for example, we give a value of x. Okay? Without any basis. Ibig sabihin, those are the imaginary numbers. Hindi natin nakikita. And then, After imaginary numbers, meron tayong tinatawag na set. And when we say set, this is a collection of an objects. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, collection, pinagsama-sama. Like, for example, isang set ng odd numbers. O, alam natin na ang odd numbers ay 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. Pag pinagsama-sama natin lahat ng odd numbers, we can say that this is a set of odd numbers. Okay? O kaya naman, set of even numbers, 2, 4, 6, 8, 0. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, pag may pinagsama-sama tayong lahat ng numbers, we can call this as a set when we collect any numbers. Okay? And then, of course, once na nag-collect ka, yun, yung tinatawag natin 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 ng even numbers. Yung isa-isang number na yun, yun yung tinatawag naman natin ngayon na elements. Okay? Those are the elements or the members of the set. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, kung ano yung mga nilalaman ng isang set, yan po yung elements. Okay? And then, meron din tayong tinatawag ngayon na natural numbers. So, these are one of the basic sets of numbers. First is the natural. When we say natural, okay? Ito yung counting numbers natin. Okay? So, ito yung counting numbers na 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and so on. Okay? And these natural numbers are only positive without any zero. Okay? Hindi kasali si zero. Kasi, di ba kapag nag-count tayo, magsisimula ka naman lagi sa 1. Nung bata ba kayo, sinimulan kayong turuan sa 0? Hindi, di ba? Ang unang tinuro agad ay si 1. And those are the natural numbers. Okay? So, positive 1 and so on. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and so on. While, after natural, we can have this whole numbers. And when we say whole numbers, as in buo lang, okay? Kasi di ba meron tayong tinatawag na decimal, fraction. So, ibig sabihin, when we say whole, wala siyang ibang kasama. Whole lang siya. But in whole numbers, included na dito si 0. Okay? Kasi di ba, si 0 is considered as a whole number. Why? Dahil meron tayong mga 0.01, 0.1, 0.09, 0.0001. So, ibig sabihin, yung mga yun, kahit 0 siya nagsisimula, as long as may decimal ka, hindi siya makakonsider as whole number. But when we say 0, okay, that is part of the whole numbers. Okay? And in whole numbers, ang ginagamit din natin dyan ay positive lang. Bakit hindi natin ginagamit si negative? Kasi si negative, iba na yan. Ibang usapan na pagdating kay negative. Hindi mo lang masasabi na whole number siya kung negative siya. Kasi pag negative, ibig sabihin kulang, diba? So, paano natin masasabi ngayon na whole siya? Okay? And then, in real numbers, can be split into rational and irrational. Okay? When we say rational numbers, ito yung mga numbers na kaya natin or pwede natin isulat as fraction. And when we say fraction, okay? And when we say fraction, yun 1/2, 1/3, 1/4, kaya naman 3/5, okay? So, yung mga ganyan, yung meron tayong naka-slash o kaya naman naka-bar line. Like, for example, 1/2, ayan. Okay? Those are the rational numbers. While in the irrational numbers, ito naman, pwede natin siyang isulat as decimal o kaya naman with, the radical sign. Okay? So, yan naman yung mga ating, like for example, 0.01, 0.02, square root of 2, square root of 3, tapos yung ating 3, square root of 5. Okay, so ibig sabihin, those are the irrational numbers. And also, one of the example of irrational number is our pi. Bakit? Kasi di ba si pi ay may equivalent na 3.159 and so on. So, ibig sabihin, as long as meron siyang decimal places, it can be considered as irrational numbers. Okay? And in rational numbers, we can divide this again into two. It is the integers and the non-integers. Okay? When we say integers, ito yung mga whole number natin. Okay? These are whole numbers na kung saan ay meron na tayong negative. Okay? Negative, zero, and the positive. Okay? So, yan yung mga integers natin. Like, for example, okay, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. Yan yung mga integers natin. While in the non-integers, okay, for the non-integers, yan naman yung may decimal, radical sign, pati si fraction kasama dyan. Okay? Na, pwede rin naman siyang maging negative, positive, or 0. Okay? O, yung 0 dyan, yan yung mga negative 0.01, negative 0.02. Okay? So, yaan ngayon yung mga classification of numbers natin. Okay? And next naman natin is the topic of functions. Natatandaan pa ba si functions during your general mathematics? Supposedly, dapat. Okay, dapat natatandaan pa rin yan. Kasi this is the first topic of the general mathematics. And these are very useful. Okay, hanggang sa matapos kayo sa pag-aaral ng college. So when we say function, this is a function. Function is a relationship where each input has one specific output. Ibig sabihin, ang function daw natin, pag may input ka, of course, kailangan magkaroon ng isang output. Like for example, ito sa akin. I am discussing to you. So, I am giving you input and the output is ano yung natutunan mo sa akin. Okay? So, kaya naman, ang input natin, nag-discuss tayo, the output is, meron tayong magiging assignment. Okay? O kaya meron tayong magiging activity and those are the outputs natin. So, we can also define these functions dito sa nakikita nyo sa screen na kung saan pag may input ka, of course, you have your output. Okay? And then, another useful in functions is the domain and range of. Sana natatandaan pa rin kung paano ginagamit si domain and range natin. And then, another one is yung ating yun nandito sa ating gilid, the graph. Okay, bakit natin kasali si graph as a function? Kasi di ba, like for example, ito, you have your point here. And of course, any point from the graph ay meron niyang kanya-kanyang coordinates. And those coordinates are x and y. Meaning, kung may x ka, dapat may y ka din dyan. Kasi kung kulang lang ng isa, hindi mo mapaplat kung asaan yung gusto mong i-plot na point. Okay? So, kailangan pareho yan. Pareho silang number. Okay? At hindi na rin mag-graph yung ating isang linya kung wala kayong kahit isa, wala kayong magiging coordinates na x and y. Okay? And then, another definition of functions is a rule that links one variable or the independent variable to another variable which is dependent variable. Okay, ito yung pinaka-isa sa natatandaan na definition of the functions wherein meron tayong tinatawag na independent variable and dependent variable. When we say independent variable, from the word itself, independent, you can stand alone. Ibig sabihin, hindi ka nakabase sa kahit anong number. Okay? Meaning, meron kang sariling value. Okay? May value ka talaga. Hindi mo kailangan ng ibang bagay para magkaroon ka ng value. So, ito yung mostly na ginagamit natin sa value ng x. Kasi si value ng x, meron ng given. Okay? While when we say dependent variable, of course, this is the opposite of the independent. Depende naman siya ngayon sa variable natin. Kasi for example, ito yung ginagamit natin kay y. Si y, nakukuha natin kapag alam natin si x. At kapag napalitan halimbawa yung value ni x, napapalitan lagi yung value ni y. Okay? So, later on sa examples natin, mas maiintindihan niyo. So in our function, we have this formula, y is equal to function of x. Meaning, ito nga sinasabi ko sa inyo, since dependent variable si y, yung y natin dito is always depending on the value of x. Kapag nagbago, halimbawa, yung value ni x dito, lagi kang magkakaroon ng another value ni y. Okay? So, let us have examples or dito, syempre, si functions, hindi natin yung pag-aaralan kung wala tayong gagawin. Okay? And one thing na ginagawa natin kay functions is to evaluate. Okay? Evaluate natin ano ba yung makukuha natin na value niya kapag naging function na siya. So, our example number 1, y is equal to 3x plus 24. So, dito wala ako nailagay na ano ba yung value ni x. Okay? So, but then, dito, pinakamadali naman siya since you're just going to substitute the value of x. Okay? Like, for example, ang binigay sa atin is a function of 3. Meaning, ang gagawin nyo lang dito is to substitute 3 sa lahat ng x. Pero isa lang naman nakikita natin na x, diba? So, sulat lang natin, we have y is equal to 3x plus 24. And then, here, nagawin nga natin, sabi ko nga sa inyo, we'll just substitute the value of x. Okay? So, we have 3, and then sabi natin, x is 3. So, substitute lang natin, plus 24. Okay, dito, huwag kayo mag-shortcut. Okay, ang gagawin nyo lang dito, step by step. 3 times 3, this is 9. Then, plus 24. Then, simplifying this more further, 9 plus 24 is 33. Meaning, if x is 3, then y is 33. Okay, so this is now your final answer. And then, let's try. Halimbawa, palitan natin yung value ng function of x natin. Gamitin naman natin that function of negative 6. Okay, negative 6 naman siya. Again, kopyahin, y is equal to 3x plus 24. Okay, then substitute the value of x. We have 3 times negative 6 plus 24. Okay, and then 3 times negative 6. O, baka mamaya may magsabi 18. Tandaan, naka-negative siya. Okay, positive times negative is negative. Okay, napakahalaga ng positive and negative signs natin. Kasi once na namali tayo dyan, mali na yung magiging final answer natin. So, 3 times negative 6 is negative 18 plus 24. And then, simplifying this, negative 18 plus 24, so gagawin lang natin, pag maminusin yan, and since mas mataas yung value ni 24 na naka-positive, therefore, the answer is positive 6. So, here, if x is negative 6, then y is equal to 6. So, we can now say that this is our final answer. Okay? So, sana naiintindihan siya kung paano yung nangyayari. So, another example. Find the following. Okay, if the given function of x is 2x minus 5, if a, function of 3, b, function of negative 5, and c, function of 2 minus function of negative 6. Okay, sana i-pause nyo muna to before you proceed. Try to answer this first before you go on to my solutions. Okay? So, try muna natin sa letter A natin. If function of 3. Again, kopyahin lang natin. Y is equal to, okay, y is also equal to f of x, ha? So, baka malito kayo kasi f of x yung ginamit ko dito, tapos dito naman sa solutions natin, y na. Okay? Y is equal to 2x minus 5. Again, substitute lang natin yung value ni x. We have 2 times 3 minus 5. Then 2 times 3 is 6 minus 5. So, our y here is 1. Okay? So, therefore, the final answer is y is equal to 1. Then, let's try another letter B naman. If f is negative 5. So function of negative 5. Again, copy ahead, we have 2x minus 5, and then substitute 2 times negative 5 minus 5. Okay. Gawin lang natin dyan, parenthesis muna, 2 times negative 5 again. This is positive times negative, so therefore we have negative. And 2 times 5 is 10 minus 5. Okay, dito. Baka mamaya ang sagot nyo 5. Baka mamaya ang sagot nyo 15. Okay? Take note mga anak. Pagdating sa algebra, kapag may signs kayo, okay, ito ang isa sa technique. Like for example, you have positive 6 plus 5. Okay? What you're going to do, kapag same yan ng sign, pareho sila ng plus, ang gawin nyo agad pag-plusin, which is magiging 11. And then, since pareho silang positive, therefore, the answer is positive. Okay. Next naman natin, what about if pareho silang negative? Negative 6 minus 5. Okay? Since pareho ulit sila ng sign, what you're going to do is to add. Add agad. Okay? 6 plus 5 is 11. Then, check ninyo, ano ba yung pareho nilang sign? The same sign of them ay negative. So, therefore, the final answer should be negative. So, dito mapapansin natin, this is negative 10 minus 5. They have the same sign, na negative. So, therefore, pag-plusin natin, 10 plus 5 is equal to 15. And then, gamitin natin yung same sign nila na negative. Therefore, the answer is y is equal to negative 15. Okay? And then, let's try the letter C. We have C is equal to function of 2 minus function of negative 6. Okay. Ang gagawin lang natin dito, ayan, meron na tayong operation, but then, kakopyahin pa rin natin sila. Okay? So, we have y is equal to 2, using function of 2 muna tayo ha, function of 2, then 2 minus 5. So, ibig sabihin, ito yung una natin na function of 2. Then, minus. Function of negative 6 naman. 2 multiplied by negative 6 minus 5. And then, don't forget, naka-bracket yan, ha? Naka-bracket yan. Bakit? Kasi meron tayong negative dito, eh. And this negative should be distributed sa dalawang term natin. Okay? Kasi kapag yan, hindi nyo nilagyan at tinuloy-tuloy nyo lang siya, ibig sabihin, si negative madidistribute lang dito sa una. Okay? So, tandaan, napakahalaga ng negative sign. Pero kung yan, positive, walang problema. Okay? Walang problema kahit hindi nyo nilagyan ng parentheses. Okay? Kaya bracket. Kasi, positive times negative, negative lang din. Positive times positive, positive lang din. But, iba naman na siya kapag negative times positive and then negative times negative. Okay? So, now, simplify this. 2 times 2 is 4 minus 5. And then, ito again, yung function of 2 natin, minus, okay. 2 times negative 6, this is negative 12. Okay? Then, minus 5. Tandaan, kailangan naka-parenthesis pa rin siya or naka-bracket pa rin siya. Then, dito si 4 minus 5, pwede na natin tanggalin yung kanyang bracket. 4 minus 5 minus, okay, ito. Negative times negative is positive. Yun yung sinasabi ko sa inyo. Okay, mababago kasi siya. So, negative times negative 12 is positive 12. And, yan yung una natin. Negative times negative again. Negative times negative is positive. Then, this is 5. Okay? Kasi kung hindi nyo siya na-distribute, mamamali na kayo, magiging negative na sasagot nyo dyan. Okay? So, simplifying this. 4 minus 5, this is negative 1 plus 12 plus 5. Okay, and then negative 1 plus 12, this is 11 plus 5. Okay, and then 11 plus 5 is 16. So, therefore, our y here is 16. Okay, so sana naintindihan siya kung paano natin sinolve. Then, of course, you have to try this, and this will serve as your assignment number 1. Assignment number 1, ilalagay sa long bond paper. Okay, long bond paper kasi kailangan matuto na kayo kung paano gumawa ng malinis at kung paano magsulat ng pantay-pantay. You are engineers in the future, so therefore dapat malinis yung inyong gawa at hanggat maaari walang bura-bura. Okay? Kasi pagdating nyo sa design, pagdating nyo sa mga drawing, kailangan malinis lahat ng gawa. At lahat dapat yun maayos ang pagpapasulat. Okay? So this will be passed on Monday, July 29. Okay? So that's all for today. So thank you and see you on the next module.